Hey everybody, it's AJ here, and in today's video, I'm going to give you some actual advice to help you pass your Microsoft exams, including the Microsoft fundamentals. So why am I creating this video? Well, recently I've been sitting a few of these exams myself, and that means my suggested videos and related content has been popping up with people giving advice on these exams. And I've just seen way too many people give the advice of just book the exam, that I've gotten to the point where I'm like, no, stop, this is terrible advice to be giving people in my opinion, and I just want to make a video with some actual advice to help you pass your Microsoft exams. In my opinion, telling someone just book the exam is like saying, oh, you want to learn to drive? Just book your driving test and see what happens. There's really nothing fundamental about actually helping them book and pass the exam. There's no saying, hey, go look at the related content, go learn this, go read these resources. In my opinion, it's just really not very productive, and unless you work at Microsoft where you get the exam vouchers for free, it's going to be really costly to either your employer or to yourself. So today I'm going to give you some actual practical advice to help you sit and pass your exams. The first piece of advice I want to give you is to answer the question of why. Why do you want to sit these exams, and what benefit is it going to be to you? Are you going to sit the exams because you want to advance your career in technology? Are you sitting the exams because you want to certify the skills that you have? Or are you wanting to sit the exams because you want to learn some new skills? The first thing you want to do is understand why you want to sit these exams, because that's going to be your guiding light, and that's going to actually give you the motivation to go and study and pass these exams. Once you figured out why you want to sit these exams, you want to go and look at some relevant courses that really fit what you're trying to achieve. I'd recommend going straight to learn.microsoft.com, which is where all the Microsoft exams and tests and certificates are found. And go into the certificate tab, and here, have a look at what suits you. Maybe you want to filter it by a product you're interested in. Maybe you want to filter by an exam level. You could be a beginner, it could be intermediate, it could be advanced. And you might even want to filter it by the type of learning content you want to go through. For this example, I want to filter to Microsoft 365 as the product, and we're going to go to the certification type, and we're going to look at all the related exams for Microsoft 365. We're going to go one step further because I'm looking for an exam that I actually want to do, and I'm going to set it to the level of intermediate. So here we've narrowed it down to a few possible exams that suit you. I'd recommend having a flick through. There's about 9 of these on the screen right now. Flick through a few of these, read their outlines, go a little bit more in detail, and find the one that you want to complete. So for this one, we're going to have a look at the MS700 because I'm actually interested in being certified as a Teams admin. Read the course outline. This one here, I've looked at it before. It looks good to me. And the question is, I found an exam and I know why I want to do it. Should I book the exam now? No, don't book the exam yet. Because if you book the exam, you need to make sure that you can actually study for it. What I'd recommend is having a look through the course content. Have a look through what is actually in the exam, and of course going through all the modules that Microsoft tell you and show you that are going to help you prepare for the exam. I'd recommend booking some time aside, maybe over the next week or two, and actually going through and knocking out all of these modules before you even think about booking the exam. This way it's going to help you either learn some new skills that are going to get you ready for the exam, or it's going to help you reinforce the fact that you have these skills and you're going to do pretty well on the exam. But make sure that once you find the exam you want to cover, go through the content material as well. Now, one thing I've learned preparing for these exams is that not everything in the study modules prepares you for the exam itself. So I'd recommend doing a bit more research, looking for some practice exams online, going on YouTube and looking at some of the YouTube courses and material that is specific to that exam that you're looking at taking, because you want to give yourself the best chance of passing the first go around. There's also a website I found that gives you lots of different practice exams for Microsoft tests. I'll link it down below so you can sit some of these practice exams free of charge. So now we know why I want to sit the exam. You've gone through all the course material. You may even have done some extra reading, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's some extra resources online. You've sat a practice exam. Now I think you're ready to actually book the exam and sit it. But one thing I'd recommend is that if this is your first time doing an exam, or if you're doing a Microsoft Fundamentals exam, don't just book it through the website. Have a look online at the Microsoft Virtual Skills Initiative, and you might even be able to find some free exam vouchers. But basically, Microsoft has a skills initiative that if you book up and you register for a particular webinar, they'll give you a free exam certificate once you complete that webinar. This is great for things like your Azure Fundamentals, but it's also great to do that if you haven't sat an exam in a while. I'd recommend starting with one of these because it's going to help you get in the groove and get familiar with actually sitting an exam. One last thing I want to leave you with is that even if you do all of this, you understand why you want to sit the test, you have a study plan, you go through the course material, you sit some practice exams, and you sit the test and you still fail, that's okay. These exams are hard and they're designed to test you. But what you do get is if you do put in a study plan like this, even if you failed, you would have learned some skills along the way, you would have understood what it takes to pass the exam, and you know where you have to improve next time. Anyway guys, that's my rant over. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys got some good tips out of it. Good luck with your exams, and let me know what you think about the tips that I gave you in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.